Hello?
Hello.
Oh, wow. Now we're... Is this working?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you too. But you're a
You're a
handsome
handsome man,
man, and
Thank
you
you.
don't look like having any disease at all. So,
is it a sports merit
or
or
any
any
other
other
reason?
reason?
Well, I think we have a lot of handsome men with diabetes in the Netherlands. So sport helps you a lot about controlling your blood sugars. And so that's the reason. And of course, doing sports makes you look fitter. So it's not a reason why this is like you suggested. So doing sports is good for your diabetes, and that's very important.
Yes, that's true.
Why
Why did you choose football for children with diabetes? As you are a volleyball player, a perfect volleyball player.
Yes, well, I think we have the possibility through Medtronic to be participating in the Junior Cup. So, and this is a football tournament. So that is the reason why we choose football. If Medtronic in the future wants to do also some volleyball tournaments, we are happy to join. But I think, I don't know how it is in the Ukraine, but in the Netherlands, football is sports #1, and we reach the most children if we choose football as a main sport. So that's the reason why we choose football, and we just want to have like children be active, and we use football as the main sport.
Okay. In Ukraine, we have the same. Our children like football. Yeah, very much. Do you play football yourself?
Well, only when we are organizing the Junior Cup events, or if I'm with my children and they have the age to play soccer themselves. So sometimes in the backyard we play soccer. Yeah.
What is diabetes for professional sport? Is it something different or it's better to live without?
No, we have one professional soccer player in the Netherlands who has diabetes, and we can see him every day and every weekend on the television, and he plays. It's perfect for him. Every sport needs its own way of coping, of dealing with diabetes, and you can do it with volleyball, for example. You have a lot of timeouts and set changes, so you have the possibility to check your blood sugar and deal with that. When you're playing football or soccer, you only have like half time when you can check your blood sugar or do something. I know this soccer player in Holland, Jan-Arie van der Heijden is his name, and I think he has like some sugar into his socks. So if he feels low, he can get some sugar from his socks and have like a small gel and take it, so he can deal with hypos. But I spoke with him, and he told me he never had any hypos before because he is managing it quite well.
So
it doesn't interfere with the sport in any way.
Well, it depends on for example, if you are a swimmer, then it will be difficult because you cannot check, you cannot act. But if you're having the possibility to put some sugar in your socks or in your trousers, then you can deal it. Yeah.
How do you
understand the importance of your example for other diabetics?
Do you see the responsibility?
Well, I think it could be very important, and not only me, but everybody, because when I had the diagnosed diabetes, in the same day I saw on the television, because when I was diagnosed, it was like a small piece on the sports journal that day on the Dutch television, and they did some research about other sport athletes who had diabetes, and they told me that they showed that Steve Redgrave, a British rower, had diabetes too, and that was very important for me because at that time I didn't know anything about diabetes. I didn't know what you can do, what you couldn't do, and Steve showed me that you can even win Olympic gold if you have diabetes. So that really tranquilized me and said, well, okay, it's okay. You can do everything you like, and you can continue living you can continue living what you did, and you can do anything you like.
Okay, thank you. What was your first thought when you heard the
Well, I had like some old-fashioned ideas about diabetes. So I thought I couldn't eat sugar and I couldn't do sport anymore. And it was very difficult. And then, as I told you, Steve showed me wrong. And he told me, and he showed me, not he told me, he showed me what you can do. That's very important difference, because if you're telling somebody, if a doctor tells you something, you can follow what he says, but it's different if you can believe what he says, because if he or she doesn't have diabetes, you can think, well, my doctor can tell me I can do it, but he doesn't know what I'm feeling. But if somebody with diabetes shows you what you can do, that's a different thing. So I think it's more powerful.
Your son works in the field of tennis, football, hockey, swimming, and skiing. What's your favorite one? Which one is closer to you?
Well, I think it's funny if kids can beat me in a sport, and it's the easiest way to do that in skiing. I cannot ski so they can just like they can overtake me in skiing and show me that I cannot ski. So that's a funny thing. So I'd like to be on the skis and have kids beat me. Yeah.
Okay, children can teach us a lot of wonderful things.
Yeah. And if I want to beat them, we're going to play volleyball. So I beat them.
Yes, sure. Where do you get strength for all that activity? What inspires you?
Yeah. I think it's fun to do sports. So for me, it's not that I need strength to do it. I just throw a ball at me, and I will be playing with the ball. If it is basketball or volleyball or soccer, or we're going running or biking, I like everything. So it's not that I have to find strength to do it. It just comes natural. And I think that this works together also for kids. If you have kids with diabetes, if you throw a ball at them, they stop playing without thinking. They just like it. Everybody likes to play. And I think that is the power, the strength of doing sports. And well, right now, sport is also helping you managing diabetes better. Of course, it's not like do sports and everything turns out easy. That's not the question. You have to know some tricks and to deal with it. And I think playing a football tournament for 2 days, we're gonna have some opportunities to tell you how to do it. And that's, I think, the biggest force of the biggest strength of this Junior Cup tournament. We can let you experience what happens in your body when you play sports, and we're going to help you deal with diabetes.
The next one. You have an impressive credit. Does it help in your personal life? Have you already fulfilled your biggest dream? Which step will be next?
I always figured myself if I could do bigger things, nice things after playing a professional volleyball career, and I always doubted if that was possible. But well, after a few years going and doing this job, I think I'm living my dream right now, doing things I do right now and helping other people seeing and what they can do with a life with diabetes. So that is the biggest dream right now, and I'm doing it every day. So I'm quite a happy man.
What or who inspires you to conquer diabetes?
Well, of course, all the kids who are active and are participating in our activity make me feel continuing the work I do, but I have to say that all the medical volunteers, we work together in Holland. I see what they do and the energy they give to the work they do. That is very important for us, because without them, for us, it's impossible to work. But because we can show what we do and we can tell people what to do, but it has to be covered medically, and the medical volunteers are doing that for us. So that is really important. And as I see, because sometimes I hear some stories about the medicals who don't understand, and because they don't have diabetes, but on the back side I see what they do and the amount of energy they put into helping us and doing their work. So they inspire me to continue doing this, because on the back side they cover everything and we can show on the front side all the good things. So I think together we make a great team.
Maybe ask a personal question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Children?
Yeah. Yes, 4.
4 children? Yes, 4 children?
Like I have a boy of 9, a girl of 8, a girl of 4, and a boy of 2 years old.
Lucky you. You're a happy person.
Yeah.
The readers of SaharOK are very interested in insulin pump.
Yep.
As we know, you use it successfully.
Yeah.
Describe all or other any forms of using pump.
Well, I have diabetes right now for 10 years, and the first 4 years I used an insulin pen because I thought that playing volleyball, I still played volleyball at that time, it was impossible to use a pump. After 4 years, when I quit playing volleyball professionally, I heard a lot of good stories about the insulin pump, and I wanted to try it. And when I tried the first day, I didn't want to go back to the insulin pen. And I knew that when to use the insulin pump, I could also use it during my volleyball career, because it is really making me flexible about getting good blood glucose levels playing sports. Once you have injected yourself with the pen, you have to behave the next 24 hours to what you did during the injection. I mean, if you injected yourself with a lot of insulin, it's making it more difficult to play sports. Once you have a pump, you only have ultra short active insulin, and you can say, for example, if I want to play volleyball in about an hour, I can lower my insulin right now and play volleyball in an hour without first eating a lot. Because when I was having the insulin pen, if I wanted to run or play volleyball, I had to higher my blood glucose by eating sugars, and that is kind of unnatural. I mean, do you have diabetes?
No.
If you are going to run, you will not eat before a lot of sugars, because then it seems like unnatural. And with the pump, I can be more flexible by adjusting my insulin needs and lower the amount of insulin getting into my body. So in short, it makes me more flexible, and that's why I use it.
Now we are not mistaken. We have many kids. So does your son want to follow your steps and become a professional sportsman? Any of your sons?
Right now the oldest 2 kids play sports, and the oldest one plays football, soccer, and he really likes it. And the second one, the girl, she is running athletics, and both they won some prizes, but they're not having the dreams of being a big athlete. They just enjoy sports as they on their own level, and I tell them that they have to enjoy sports at their own level, and if in 5 years they still the best of the people who know, maybe we can think about getting professional. But first, having a good life, enjoy sports, finishing school, that will be the most important things. And then, if they are really the best of their age at 15, 16, 17, I will support them to being a professional sports athlete.
The last one. Could you explain the importance of staying active to SaharOK users?
Well, if I want to give a tip, playing sports it helped me getting more control of my diabetes. In the beginning, I thought sports would be difficult, but once you know the trick, it helped me a lot because it gives you more control of your life with diabetes. So if you want to remember one thing, the more you sport, the better your diabetes management will be.
Thank you very much. It was a big pleasure to connect to you, first of all.
Thank you.
So we are glad that we had such an opportunity. We invite you to visit Ukraine once in your time. So please come. We will glad to see you, and thank you from all our magazine and from all our readers for your interview. Good luck to you, to your control, to your tips, and to your children for sure. Thank you very much.